Needing recovery time after socializing doesn't mean you're weak, antisocial, or avoiding people. It simply means your nervous system is processing everything it just absorbed, because while the moment felt fun or meaningful, your brain was quietly tracking tone changes, emotional cues, social dynamics, timing, facial expressions, and unspoken tension. And once you're alone again, all that information rushes in at once, like a backlog your mind finally has the space to unpack. What psychology shows is that introverts, deep feelers, and highly observant people use more mental energy during social interactions than others, not because they're fragile, but because their brains process social input with more depth, detail, and emotional accuracy, which means alone time isn't avoidance, it's neurological recovery. You need hours alone because your brain's prefrontal cortex works overtime during conversations, regulating your responses, interpreting subtext, and managing your emotional presence. And while others can talk casually on autopilot, you stay attentive, thoughtful, and tuned in, which burns cognitive fuel faster. So when social plans end, your mind naturally signals for downtime. Not because the moment was bad, but because your brain invested more energy than your body realized in real time. Another reason is something psychology calls social overstimulation, where your nervous system becomes overloaded by noise, motion, facial expressions, and emotional shifts. And even if you enjoy the people you're with, your brain has a threshold, and once it hits that limit, the exhaustion kicks in as a way to protect you. Which is why you suddenly crave silence, familiar spaces, predictable sensations, and the comfort of your own rhythm, because your system is trying to reset itself. You also need recovery time because of emotional absorption, a trait common in empaths and highly sensitive individuals, where your brain mirrors the emotional states of others, using neural resonance, meaning you don't just hear people, you feel them, their stress, their excitement, their tone, their subtle discomforts. And carrying all of that through an evening creates emotional weight that you can only process once you're finally alone, which makes solitude feel like emotional decompression rather than isolation. Another layer is cognitive reflection, which psychology says becomes more active after social interactions for people with high introspection. So instead of turning off your mind the moment you get home, your brain starts reviewing moments, evaluating how you responded, replaying conversations, checking whether you missed signals, or simply organizing the social data you collected. And this natural post-processing makes you crave quiet because your brain needs bandwidth to finish the mental work that started while you were still in the room. And beneath all of this is the simple fact that your social energy isn't endless, it's valuable, and it's tied to your depth rather than your endurance, which means you connect with others by being fully present, emotionally aware, and sincere. And giving that much of yourself always requires recharging afterward, not because something is wrong with you, but because your brain refuses to do connection at half power. So if you need hours alone after social plans, remember there's nothing broken or antisocial about that. It's just the natural rhythm of a mind that feels deeply, observes everything, and engages with intention. And the quiet afterward is your nervous system thanking you for listening to what it needs. If this finally made sense of something you've always felt but never explained, subscribe for more psychology that validates the way your mind works and helps you understand yourself with more clarity and compassion.